are the only things keeping you from leaving and going home, so we're going to keep it super short. Obviously, a huge thank you to all the participants, phenomenal presentations, and to all the people who were joining us in the audience here and out there. We are hugely grateful, and of course to the amazing staff of the National Academies, without whom none of this would happen. So thank you over and over again, and I'm sure Shirley will want to add her thanks as well. We decided we weren't going to try to do a basic lessons learned or a summing up or all that sort of stuff, but just a big picture observation and then some next steps conversation. So in terms of big picture, I've had a lot of sidebar conversations with folks over the course of the day and a half now, and it sort of has varied from, oh my gosh, you've been at this for forever, aren't you depressed, nothing has changed, through to, wow, wasn't that amazing what I just heard, and maybe things are going to be different. And I think both are true, right? I think it's totally possible, right, to frame this as both a glass half full and a glass half empty story. It is the case that there have been a lot of efforts over many years, and a lot of intensive efforts in the years leading up to the pandemic, where you would have thought, right, that perhaps the context in the pandemic would have been different. It wasn't. Okay. So we take that in, right, and we go on, right? And the part that's, I think, glass half full is that run-up to the pandemic represented a real crystallizing among many, many groups about the need to change things, right? And we've heard that represented in the presentations over the course of the day and a half. And it's coming from every place. It's coming from leadership in NIH. It's coming from the regulatory community. We hear our colleagues in FDA saying, we want to work, we want this to be different. We hear it from industry. We hear it, of course, from clinicians. We hear it from academics, and especially we hear it from people who are pregnant and or lactating, who are saying, enough is enough, right? So I think we should leave here, and Shirley will talk about next steps, feeling both the weight of history, right? Okay, a lot of effort over a long time, and the optimism of the possibility of change. I think we're sort of at a potential tipping point if we, the collective, everybody in this room and everybody that we represent, and of course now the interest again of the National Academies, all very encouraging, right, to make that next big push. And with that, Shirley will tell us about what's going to happen next.
No small task. First of all, I just want to echo Ruth's sentiments of, being so grateful and appreciative of you making the commitment to be here for 2 days. I know that, in this day and age where we live, in a constant Zoom frenzy, I'm sure it wasn't easy for you to really park time aside. So I really want to thank you for that. And I want to also appreciate and recognize the steering committee members who, we never show this slide actually, but it is in the packet. But you know who you are, and thank you for helping us think through these 2 days in a way that is represented on all the quality of the speakers that were here today, the different voices that came in. And I feel really happy that, I just witnessed two people from the same institutions actually connecting here. So, at least the trip was worth it from that perspective. And I also think that I reconnected with many of you who I haven't seen in a long time and who I have spoken, through the virtual life for so many years, and now I can put a face to the name, and really, that just fills my heart. But as far as next steps, one of the things that Dr. Bianchi actually announced was the agreement of a study, the NASEM study, a National Academy Consensus study, that is really going to be taken on by the National Academy of Sciences. So they will be conducting this study in the next few weeks, of years, I don't know. And these will have some tangible recommendations to the sponsor, so NICHD, on what are we really practically going to do. And this, this workshop actually is setting up the foundation for a lot of these. And I want to just emphasize to the National Academy of Sciences of the importance of bringing all the different voices that are really being impacted by this, not to lose sight of that, because, we have heard from many of you in not only the challenges, but the opportunities that you may have, as we move forward. And I want to close by just saying two things. Well, first, one thing that stuck to me throughout these 2 days is that, we really need to protect pregnant and lactating people through research and not from research. So I do hope that this could be the tagline that we see eventually, on the news. And the other is that, I have been pregnant myself for 3 times. And not being able to be even on the line. I was talking to our colleague from FDA about that. We have been in the back of the line actually, but how can we even get in the line? How can we even get pregnant and lactating people on the line is important. But that recognition that is not a one-sided issue, that is a collaborative issue, and that we really need that representation of the different voices to make it practical and tangible, that being simply told this is what's going to happen is really not gonna change it. It really is understanding where is the practicality of implementing this. So thank you again so much. We know that a lot of this conversation and the summary of these 2 days are going to be posted on the NAS website. So you're going to be really having all that packet of information. Travel safe, stay healthy, and it was so lovely seeing you all. Thank you so much.